Welcome to the Man Cave Cinema Rant. I'm John Zanettos, and I'm the editor-chief of the Man Cave Cinema, and this is episode 3. I probably repeated that already. But anyways, today's rant is going to be about surround sound and how, interestingly enough, how Dolby has come out with Dolby Atmos. And also I want to compare it to Yamaha that's been using their Cinema DSP 3D for many years now, which in my opinion is more or less the same as Dolby Atmos. But don't get me wrong here. Let me explain a few things, and I'll get back down to what I'm ranting about. Okay. First off, Dolby Atmos for the cinema, which I've heard it. I have not heard it at home, so let's make that clear. I've not heard it at home. But I've heard it at the cinema, and in Dolby Atmos in a big environment like a movie theater, like a high-end movie theater, where, in standard Dolby Digital, you could hardly hear any of these surround effects and any atmosphere in the movie. It was all front heavy, just because, in my opinion, the room is so big that it's really hard to fill the room with that kind of sort of nuance and small details of sound that really bring out the emotion of the movie. Now, to bring that home, again, I haven't heard it at home. To bring that home, we have in our home theaters, even sort of the top 1% of home theater owners who have a big room, today's receivers and preamps and amplifiers can provide great surround sound with atmosphere, just with plain old Dolby Digital or Dolby True HD. Not so much Dolby Digital because of the lower bitrate, but True HD and even DTS Master HD or whatever it's called. I can't think of it right now. But Yamaha's been doing the Cinema DSP now for many years. I mean, I started into home theater back in '91, and Yamaha's been touting all the time their great, the DSP effects that sit on top of Dolby Digital, that sit on top of True HD and the DTS Master Audio, that gives you an environment and atmosphere that, other amplifiers or other receivers companies cannot produce that kind of atmosphere. I mean, they've been doing it for years, and for Dolby to come out with Dolby Atmos for the home, I think it's kind of overkill. There's no real reason for it. Does anybody get me what I'm trying to say? I mean, I was getting atmosphere way before Dolby Atmos came out. There's no true reason for it at home. I think, in my opinion, it's just Dolby trying to get more licensing money from the companies. I mean, even Yamaha, came out and said, you don't really need Dolby Atmos. Our surround effects with all the speakers, with all the present speakers and the rear present speakers, gives you that atmosphere. And also, speaker companies coming out with Dolby Atmos compatible or ready speakers. I mean, do we really need speakers firing off at the ceiling? Doesn't that kind of destroy the sound for music? Do we really need that? Do we need to go out and buy more speakers? Yeah, sure. There's people out there who their hobby is to every 2-3 years to get new speakers, better speakers, looking for that, that Easter egg or that golden Olympic medal of perfect sound, which we all of us are striving for. But in my honest opinion, I mean, Dolby Atmos, with trying to get new speakers and ceiling speakers, do we need all that in the home? We're just a 5.1 or even a 7.1 or 0.2 system will give you that atmosphere. There's no need to go crazy and go buy all this stuff again. I don't understand it. I mean, for the theater, no problem. They definitely need, Dolby Atmos needs to up the game, and it has. I've seen Interstellar there, and just sitting there and concentrating on the sound in certain aspects, it does create a beautiful atmosphere. That's no problem. But at home, I get that beautiful atmosphere with my Yamaha Advantage receiver. All I have to do is kick in the cinema DSP, and I get all that from my high speakers and from my my surround speakers, my 4 surround speakers. So I don't know, man. It's just I just think Dolby it's just like Microsoft. They'll come out with a new OS that requires new hardware to run, so everybody goes out crazy. Well, this is back in the day. It goes out crazy, goes buy new systems, blah blah blah. Even the computer video game manufacturers were like that too. They'll create a game that has so much horsepower that it needs to be run. Everybody goes out and buys new computers. Now I don't understand why the home theater market is becoming like this. Back in the day of stereo, I mean, you bought your amplifier, you bought your receiver, you bought your phono player, and that was it. Done. You're good for years. So why are we coming out with new surround sound codecs and what have you for no real reason, especially now? I mean, True HD and DTS, hey man, good enough for me. Throw the Yamaha DSP on it, and you're good. Anyways, that's my rant for today. I do want to bring up a couple of things. This is actually the first episode I'm back from my flu. I'm still not 100%, but enough to do this and do a few other things. As you know, since last video, Antennas Direct sent me the Antennas Direct Juice, which is a preamplifier. Now, I just showed you the box. I've got the box open. I was meaning to hook it up and go into the attic, which I'm going to do a review of that soon. But I want to show you what's in the box. So right now, here's the actual amp. See? And it's really cool. It even has here embossed right on it is Juice. How cool is that? So realistically, all you do is you hook up your coax cable from the antenna, and then back out down to your to where your drop is, and then they give you a nice little power inverter, which again you pass through the cable, and this attaches the power to the line to create the amplification. And here's the little power outlet here. And last but not least, which is very cool, yay, Antennas Direct, you get twist ties or ties that you, whoops, let's fix that here. Okay, you get ties here that you can tie everything down, make it all nice and neat. And if you have your antenna outside, make it windproof, make it winter apocalypse proof, and you're good to go. So there's that. And there's another thing that I've gotten this for a while, and I want to apologize to the Youbeam people. I got this before Christmas. I have yet to review it. Now the cool thing about this is, again, another cord cutter tool. Now what you can do is, let me just open this up. The cool thing about this, which is really neat, it's a HDMI connected device that sits in the back of your TV. Got a little Wi-Fi antenna on it. That looks pretty neat. Very well made. And then you can just pop this out and whoops, there it is. That just sits in. Now the cool thing about this, and I've noticed this a lot with people who have cut the cord, what they're doing is they watch a lot of their TV shows on their PC or what have you. That's all fine and dandy. If you like doing that, that's great. But if you want the big screen experience and you're watching a whole bunch of videos and you want to, watching on your laptop and you want to see it on your big screen, the cool thing about Youbeam is that they have their own browser that they've created which has no pop-ups, no nothing. It's just what it is you'll be able to pull videos down with none of that other extra crap and bullshit that you can get on the internet, and beam whatever's on your PC using their browser to your TV. Nice and easy. I mean, you can go from a little 15-inch laptop to your big, 32 to all the way to 50, 60-inch HD TV and beam this information to it, which is very cool, which I'm going to do a review on this very shortly also. I just need to find a Windows laptop because right now their browser only uses Windows, and We are a Linux house here, so I just have to grab a machine and get that set up, and then I can do this. Well, that's it, folks. This is the Man Cave Cinema. This is episode 3, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.